Whitehouse is next.
Thanks very much, Chairman. Good to be with you. Best wishes to you in your pursuit for one of the more challenging and least popular jobs in town. Couple of things. First, some of us here, particularly Senator Crapo, but many of us have worked together on trying to make the United States a less attractive haven for foreign criminals and kleptocrats to hide their ill-gotten gains. One of the means for doing that is something called reciprocal FATCA, so that we trade information with other countries. Are you familiar with that?
I am, Senator.
Are you generally in favor of that?
Yes, FATCA was on the books during my brief stint at the IRS in 2013. I gained an understanding of the importance of working internationally to eliminate safe havens. I think, you know, the idea of a Swiss bank account is more and more in the rearview mirror because of FATCA, and I think, but obviously there's more work to be done.
The code of trust is more impenetrable. So, if you don't mind, when, as and if you're confirmed, I'm going to ask for your advice because we are drafting a reciprocal FATCA statute. We want to make sure we can get the details right with you. You okay with that?
Yes.
Second, the plan for IRS reform, I'd love you to share it with us as soon as you can so we have an idea whether you're complying with what I think our three goals were, which are better customer service,
Yes.
more rapid refunds, and real diligence in going after the returns of complex high-income filers who appear to have been getting away with a lot of mischief at the high end of the income spectrum. So if those are your three goals, I'm for it, and I hope your plan will bear that out.
Yes, Senator, I'm aligned with those goals and values.
And last is the problem of 501Cs, particularly 501c4s, but the problem is spreading a little bit. The first thing is that we have seen political money flow through 501c4s in explosive, unexpected numbers. Nobody ever thought it was going to be like this years ago, but here we are, literally billions of dollars pouring through, hiding who's spending the billions. And I'm interested in finding out what the IRS is doing just to track those numbers, how much is flowing through. So that's problem one, scale. Problem two is, what happens when 501c4s glom together into a pod and the donation goes into one, 50% on politics, the other 50% to another, 50% on politics, now it's 75, 50%, the remainder to another, 50% on politics, now you're up to 87. And if you've got 4 or 5 of these things that are just donation cycling like that, you can blow through the nominal IRS 50% limit with very little schemery, and we should try to penetrate that schemery and figure out if that's happening. It seems to me that that was not the intention of the 50% rule, that you could pod together a bunch of 501c4s and end up having essentially all the money go into politics in a coordinated effort. So that's the second thing. And the third is the standard political operation right now is a 501c3 and a 501c4 that are essentially twins. They have the same staff, they have the same location, they have the same donors, they probably have the same email systems and everything else. That boundary between a 501c3 and a 501c4 is something that I think is worth protecting because there are differences between the two. And I don't believe the IRS has ever looked at whether the corporate veil between a 501c3 and a 501c4 is real, or whether you could penetrate that corporate veil with a banana, for Pete's sake. So those are things that I'm going to ask you to look at, and I hope that you'll keep an open mind with respect to that. There's enormous pressure and noise on this issue, but I think doing the right thing will see you through. Any comment?
I appreciate your leadership on this issue. You know, and have articulated it. It's a complicated area. But yes, I am open to working with you and the others on this committee to see where the IRS is today and where it needs to go going forward. Absolutely.
Thanks, Chairman.
Thank my colleagues.